Hey everybody, it's Crystal here at Tiny Acres Farm, particularly Peeler, Juniper Journey, however you manage to find us. We're a person of many hats at this point in life, but today we're doing a little garden work. I'm actually out here planting our from seed peppers, some of our little cucamelons, some marigolds, eggplants. There's some watermelons, but I also went ahead and planted a bunch of tomatoes today. And while I was planting these tomatoes, I thought I'd get on here and show you a little blurb about just why mulching your garden is so important. Okay, I water these beds every single day, generally once a day. So I'm going to show you the difference in this dirt, which is starting to dry out, as you can see. I mean, you can dig down a little bit and it kind of gets wet, but if you come right here under this mulch, you can tell it's much more moist than this area. This area is a lot more sandy and dry. So our mulch is definitely working great because there's literally still moisture in here. Like, this dirt can still pack together and it's still nice and wet. So we went ahead and mulched all of our beds. And today I noticed something awesome that I bet Dad will be so excited about. But we have a tiny squash already on one of our plants. Right there he is, little tiny squash. There's actually two, one right there and one right here. But they're actually putting on a lot of little buds. And these have only been planted about 2, maybe 3 weeks. I'm thinking 2 though. But we just came through and mulched all this the last couple days. I think it was only 2 days ago. But we mulched all of our beds except for the one we still haven't got to put our trellises up on. And as you'll notice, this trellis here, these are for beans. And I know there's kind of a little bit of space, but we still went ahead and we're going to see how it works out. But we planted a few beans. I don't even know if I may be able to find any. Oh my goodness! How awesome is that? I found the bean, but I also found a little visitor. So there is a frog buried up right there. And guys, that's a great sign for a garden. I don't know if you know that or not, but frogs eat slugs and other nasty little pests out of your garden. Now you can tell just from looking though, this dirt is a lot drier, and this is all of our carrots. I don't know if you know this or not, but this is our first year growing carrots, and I kind of overseeded them quite a bit, but they're growing great. Yesterday I came through and cut several places of the lettuce. I harvested it, but I'm going to harvest some more today and feed to the chickens because I'm just getting way too much lettuce growth and I need to trim them all back pretty hard. But honestly, I mainly wanted to get on here and show you guys the fact of how awesome this mulch is retaining the moisture. Like, that is incredible to me. And this was just 1 day's worth. Like, I water every day, like I said. Yesterday was my day to water. There was a strawberry. She's not quite ripe. But this mulch is doing an incredible job. And I just thought I would hop on here and show you guys, because I don't think I've done a garden tour on YouTube specifically for a few days. These are all pepper plants. These were all store-bought. Wah, so sad. Because I actually planted a bunch of peppers that I just showed you just a minute ago. They just didn't kick off very well. It wasn't hot enough. But these peppers are already putting on flowers. There's our sweet taters and our tomatoes. And I finally got all these labeled. Like, these are what? Dr. Witches. And I actually have Green Doctor or Dr. Green and then Green Giants to plant still. And then our little marigolds we grew from seed are putting out their first little blooms. But I just wanted to show off that everybody's doing good. Everything's growing great. The mulch is helping tremendously on holding in that moisture, which is what we need it to do, because that will help the plants really kick off. And if you're wondering about these trellises, these are up here for us to weave the tomatoes through. So as they grow, they have support, because if you know anything about tomatoes, you know they get really big. And honestly, I'm thinking right here at these are cucumbers, so dragon egg and muncher cucumbers. And I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do with them, because I think we're going to run full panels the whole length to stake these tomatoes up on. Which of these tomatoes got kind of mixed up because they were Black Beauty and Dr. Watch's, and then I had frost come, and several of these are actually new plants. And all these I grew from seed, so I'm really incredibly proud of them. Like, even the lettuce and everything. But today I'm going to probably mulch this bed, so that way I can get the other cattle panels up. And over here, all of our perennial bed that is the side rails, it's growing really well still. All this was started from seed. And this is how far I got it before I put it in the ground. The strawberries are all from this year fresh. These garlic and onions are doing great. The onions, we figured out, these were actually just like onions that you harvest the greens from. We only figured that out recently because these were bulb onions. See the difference? They have a bulb, which is what we thought those were. But they've never put on a bulb. They just got really tall. So I guess we should harvest these. And these are our radishes, which my daughter kind of blew away today. She was helping us water earlier this morning, and it looks like she might have washed some of their dirt away. But these radishes, several of are ready to harvest. Here's our broccoli. They're not quite ready yet. And these are some tomatoes fresh out from under the grow lights. I'm really hoping that they kick off and get super big, because as you can see, they're real teeny right now. But they'll do okay. Apparently, that blew up on one of the plants. Whoopsie. But they're super small, but they'll get really big. They'll grow. But all of this is growing really good. Those are our herb tubes. This is kale and lettuce, and then all down the front is marigolds. And then over here is Dad's tomatoes. I have to go in and mulch these today for him, which won't be too bad because it's just those 2 rows. And everything else, we've decided that we very well may just till under this next week and reseed, because it just really didn't do very great. I mean, several of our beans did come up, but definitely not enough to just leave a whole row for. So we're probably going to till under all the corn and reseed, which is kind of a bummer because I had 3 or 4 different varieties out there. So I'm hoping we can still find corn seeds for it. But we'll just have to see how that goes. But that is it for today's vlog farm tour video. I mainly just wanted to show you, like I said, the difference the mulch makes in these raised beds. So I hope everyone has a blessed day, and we'll see you later.